What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome on back to Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. And we are here in the weird hell dimension portal from the warehouse. We gotta take a look around and see if we can get the hell out of here. Hopefully we can drag Percy's ass with us too. Although he's already kind of accepted defeat. He doesn't think there's a way out of this place, but I beg to differ. There is always a way. God, I love this build. It is very, 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 very beefy. Would definitely recommend you all to use this setup when you get to Act 2. You'll take off with this build way faster than I did too, because you'll come in here with the prior knowledge and build for it if you watch the series before you try the game. And you'll come in here knowing what you're going to do. I had no idea what I was going to do until I did it. This guy's a little chunky, as I one-shot him. Enough mist in the world, friend. Ethereal stuff. Feyblood. Now I'm wanting to look around a lot in this place because it seems like there would be lots of goodies. I think there was more that I didn't check down though, right? Hold on, let me go back down for a second. Because I think there was another pedestal to touch on the downside, and this takes us to the quest objective, so in the interest of being thorough and not missing out on a random artifact somewhere in here, let's loot the whole thing. It seems like the kind of place that I'm not going back to once I complete. Make sure we check every little detail. There might be for all I know, there could be a crit chance ring in here that's gonna buff the hell out of me. There's a mistling in here somewhere. Cobweb for sure. Weird plasma is always good. My game almost crashed. That's the first hint of a performance issue I've ever had. Hopefully that doesn't affect the recording long term. We had a level up there too. Okay. Let's get away from the place that's given us performance issues. Right, so something is going on with this game right now, so I'm actually going to hit a reload here in a second when it unfreezes, because that's the third time in quick succession that it's causing problems. So let's do this. Ah, we have an autosave problem. Is that why I was breaking? Yeah, I think the autosave was bugged. Okay, so let's get rid of some of these saves. Maybe I have too many. And then we'll save up for sure. Now the autosave is gone. It looks like we're okay. But that was a problem saving. It was having a hard time saving the game. Good to know. That's the first performance issue I've run into the whole time, and I think I'm 30 or 40 hours deep. It's having a hard time saving itself.
Another guess? My, how Wyrdness word must have spread. I didn't think there were still fools eager to walk in the shadow of my throne.
Who are you, Dracula? Who are you?
I am Gaelric Tarian, rightful lord of Cuanacht, blood of Palamedes, born to rule, my legacy squandered by lesser men. And yet, here I sit, not in a hall of marble, but in this realm of broken things.
Why are you here?
Because I made a mistake. A single, miscalculated mistake. I toyed with the wrong woman. I thought she was just another pawn in my game, a trinket to be used and discarded. But she was no trinket. She was a Bandrui, a woman of power, of the old ways. And she cursed me for my arrogance, and all I wanted was to live longer.
Somehow I found my way in here, and so did the Camelosian soldier I was searching for.
And the veil between worlds is thinning. The weirdness does not break easily, only when the fabric of reality itself begins to fray. My prison and your world should never touch. And yet, here you stand. It seems the world outside is shifting, twisting in ways it was never meant to. And when that happens, things bleed together. A tear like this should not exist. And yet somehow, you've slipped through. Whether that's for good or ill, I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
Seems like she granted your wish.
Yes. And then some, as you can see. Eternal life. Sounds like a gift, doesn't it? But no, I was not given life. Only existence. Trapped in this mockery of a world, able to watch, to see, but never to touch. I have seen my house crumble. I have seen weak men take what was once mine, and I have seen it all from behind a veil I can never tear.
You seem like one of those weak men yourselves. What is this place?
This is a prison, woven from the fabric of the weirdness itself. Only those with true mastery over the old ways, druids, Bandrui, could tear a hole in reality and trap something within it. A realm that both is and is not. A perfect, unbreakable cage. For me, it is damnation. A place where time does not move, where the world unfolds just beyond my reach. A theater where I may watch but never step upon the stage. And worst of it all, it is boring. No conquests, no feasts, no pleasure, no purpose. Just an eternity of watching lesser men fumble through history.
Lord Yvain is the ruler of Cuanacht now.
Yes, I know. You think this prison blinds me? No, I see the world. I watch my bloodline waste what was once carved in iron and fear. And Yvain, he is the true downfall of House Tarian.
This guy seems like he was a terrible leader.
Too weak to hold the reins, too fearful to demand what is his by right. He is not my heir. He is the ghost of a great house, waiting to fade.
I've never heard of Gaelric Tarian. Your name must be lost in history.
Ah, history. The great devourer. It swallows men whole and spits out only what it pleases. Palamedes, my ancestor. His name endures, woven into the fabric of Avalon like a golden thread. But me, I am the frayed end, the unraveled strand, cut away and discarded.
Guy's like a Nepo baby.
Because I ruled not
King Joffrey vibes.
but with truth. Because I did what was necessary. Cuanacht was mine. My name should have echoed through the ages, carved into stone, whispered in fear and reverence alike. And yet, here you stand, proving what I have long suspected. I was not lost to history. I was erased.
You don't seem like a very gracious ruler.
Gracious. You mistake me for a king who begged to be loved. Gracious rulers are forgotten. Merciful kings are overthrown. I ruled with a firm hand because Avalon demands it. The weak do not last here. Did my people fear me?
And yet your kingdom continued without you.
Obeyed. And obedience.
But clearly you didn't do what needed to be done,
Standing.
because it flourished and continued without
Would
you.
you rather be adored and forgotten, or feared and eternal?
Seems to me you were feared and forgotten, hence the weird realm prison.
Clever. But this was not history's doing. This was her doing. A Bandrui's curse, not time's judgment. And yet, what's the difference in the end? Whether by time's hand or by hers, my name is dust. My throne is tainted, and the wretch who calls himself Taryon sits upon it, a hollow shadow of what should have been. I believed eternity was the right of kings. Now I see it for what it is, a punishment, fit only for fools.
Can your curse be lifted?
I don't know. I cannot be killed. Not by blade, not by fire, not by time itself. I've tried everything. More times than I care to count. So unless you hold power equal to the one who cursed me, I wouldn't bother reaching for your weapon. You can always duel me, and die for my amusement if that suits you.
I might be powerful enough to grant your wish to die.
Oh, now that is a bold claim. You are not the first to make such an offer, nor would you be the first to fall. What am I, to refuse a dance? Come then, let's see if your blade can carve deeper than fate itself.
Oh, it seems like it. I'd say my blade carves just fine, friend. And you had Red Death. Yeah, he had Red Death. Well, I found the way out, it seems.
I can't believe it. We're actually free. You. How did you manage to get us out of that?
Let's just say I'm a bit special.
That I don't doubt, my friend. Oh, it's so good to be back. Funny, I didn't realize it before, but even the air in that place was different. Guess I'll go report to Shine. Honestly, I'm glad you were there with me. She'd never believe me otherwise.
You don't have the Red Death, do you? No, he looks good. He doesn't look infected. Yeah, I wasn't going to let him out regardless. I'm glad the option to fire was just there on its face, because as we were talking about that, the kind of ruler he was, even if he didn't have Red Death, I think I would have put a stop to him I don't think I would have assisted him regardless. I think I would have killed him if it was ever an option. I think that would be always what I would do, though.
You're here. Speak your...
Irons are always the same. I found out what was happening with the supplies.
Mm-hmm. Percy tried to spin me some wild story about falling into another realm. I didn't toss him straight into a cell, only because he swore you could back him up. So, what did you find?
Percy's telling the truth. There was a crack in the fabric of reality. Things were falling through.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Tell me this is some elaborate prank you two cooked up.
I wish.
Oh, mother have mercy. Can nothing in this goddamn place just be normal? I may be a bit of a city woman, but you can't tell me that it's normal to have creatures made of bloody straw attacking outside the walls. And now you're saying there are cracks in the world. Does that mean I need to move my supplies?
I've closed the crack. Your supplies should be safe.
Well, that's some good news at least. Not gonna ask how, in case there's something about you that we'd both be better off with me not knowing. Thanks for your help. Here, something for your trouble.
You're very welcome. You have any other interesting tasks for me?
There might be something, but look, it's got to stay between us, right?
Why? Is it illegal?
No, of course not. Just don't want Denholm getting on my ass for wasting time and resources, even though it'll be your time and my resources.
I'm listening.
Well, one of our warehouses burned down recently. Completely down to the ground. When I checked what was left, I found a trapdoor. It must have been hidden under the floorboards, because I never saw it before. Problem is, it's sealed shut, and the lock looks ancient. Denholm told me to leave it alone, but it's been bugging me ever since.
Have you tried picking the lock?
No, because I don't know how. I'm an officer in Camelot's army, not a bloody thief. Despite what the locals think of us, we don't go around stealing everyone's stuff.
Will there be a reward?
Yeah, I've set aside some of my wages. Not like there's much to spend on around here anyway.
I'll look into it.
Great. Let me know what you find. Even if it's just a pile of rotten grain, I just want to know and be done with it. Oh, and one more thing. There's someone in Cuanacht who could help you get through that lock. Name's Filth. Lives in what's left of the Eastern Tower.
I've had conversations with Filth.
Great. Then you know where to start.
Very good. Alright, before we get into that, let's make it daytime and also tackle our level up. So, we'll probably, at this point, I think it'd be a pretty good time to go into 12 endurance, get some more health and stamina regeneration. And beyond that, we got some skill tree to dip into, so statuses, that's fine. Evo Steel 25 more damage, could be interesting. The bleed stack from the ring would do a lot more spice like that. Perception. Attackers apply 1.5 more status buildup. Backstabs drain target's stamina by 4 That's sneak though. Critical hits. Critical hits have a 30% chance to apply bleed. Each time you land a critical hit, you gain 15 damage reduction and increases crit damage by 10, potentially. Other than spirituality will be relevant to us. We have drawn a bow, 25 less stam. Deal 50% extra damage while hitting weak spots. Attack speed and parry aren't necessary for us yet. Weapon and strength. Increased damage for each consecutive one-handed weapon hit by 1 up to 5. Fighting with 2 weapons of different types. Don't need that. Heavy attacks, don't need that. So maybe the consecutive hit thing would be interesting. Having a free offhand, won't ever have that. Increases critical chance for each hit. So if we click that, it goes up to 10% if we put multiple skills into it. Target enemies take 30% increased damage. When health is below 30. Stamina. Gain 7 max stamina. Increase health by 5. What do we have in movement? Dashes regenerate 30% faster. Dashes cost 40% less stam. Get our dashes back quicker. Because the faster we have the more we have our dashes up, the higher our skill counter for crit damage is up, so it would be good for us to always have as many dashes up as possible. And filth is off in this tower. The Pulchral Path. Interesting quest name. We'll go drag this out to its natural conclusion for the rest of this episode, I suppose. I did want to take care of everything in Cuanacht before we headed on out, so I'll try to maintain doing all of the quests that we pick up in episodes to only finish them in episodes. I'll try not to, because I'll probably explore at some point off camera to get this lay of the land stuff done, so I'll try and keep it where we've looked at and not mess with quests that we picked up. So like this one, for example, we picked this up, but we didn't pick up these. But I totally might go swing out here, take care of the bounties, and then cut it like right here, because then I can go back to this after on the episode. But yeah, that sounds like it's probably a good idea. I have a hard time keeping the time of episodes down to where you guys prefer it, so plus with big open world games like this, it just always makes sense to me to do certain things off camera. I'm not sure why that is, but Scene sent me. Do you know something about locked trap doors in a destroyed warehouse?
Ah, the gateway to the hidden beggar's kingdom. To open it, you'll need a royal scepter. A truly fancy old key, which, lucky for you, I happen to possess. I haven't been there for quite some time. I'll lend you my key, but only if you promise to retrieve something that was left behind for me.
What is it you want?
A curious cube. It has symbols and moves, and it tinkles delightfully. Very interesting and amusing. The first time I was there, I was too afraid to bring it to the surface. Didn't want others to look at it. But now, I want to have it here. Here! Take the key. Bring the cube to me. Make me feel nice.
This guy's a little insane. Alright. Yeah, I think he's a little cracked in the head. But doesn't matter to us, he gave us the key we need. I'm not sure if I should give him the cube though. I'll look at the artifact when we get it and decide on that, because he's clearly unstable. I don't think I would give him a powerful magical artifact in reality, so certainly not going to do it in a video game. The beauty of RPGs, for me, is playing them the way you would play it in reality, right? So I try and make my decisions in these games based off what I would really do in the situation. So whenever you see me make a choice here, that's what I think I would do in real life. Let's save before we head into here. Yes, please, on the sharpening stones. Take all this stuff for cooking. Get the skill tree leveled up. I did finally get my first ability to 100 in this game too. I got one-handed up, which didn't give me anything special really. I don't think there's... Nimu's Scroll. The language that menhirs whisper, to carve meaning into chaos. The material that menhirs are made from tends to speak in ways mortal tongues cannot replicate. When we attempt to capture these whispers with our magic, a map begins to form. I felt vibrations beneath my fingers, yet they slip away from comprehension like water through clenched fists. Merlin says that menhirs are keys, but to what? I suspect they shape reality itself, each node, each ideogram, an imprint of potential futures. Some whispers resonate with time, while others quiver with emotion or memory. If one could speak them, perhaps one could summon entire histories into existence. I constantly feel as though the menhir is carelessly trying to enchant the reality around it. Or ceaselessly, not carelessly, sorry. What is this place built on top of? Let's see how our new bow does. Oos. Pretty good, I'd say. Both our arrows are breaking. I assume that eventually if we go into the archery tree, we'll be able to get a perk that makes arrows less likely to break on impact. That seems like the kind of thing that would be in a skill tree, based on what I've seen in this game so far. Because it would definitely help us to be able to recover those. I can craft some, I just haven't... I probably will if we're going to be using it more just to play around like this. I haven't messed around with archery much, so... figured it's about time, right? Don't like how close quarters all this is. Oh, bleed is what you're immune to. You're not immune to my bullshit, you're immune to my bleed. That makes sense, you don't have blood, you're a skeleton. Give me a second to realize what he was talking about being immune to, though. Howdy. Looking for a shiny cube that is no doubt looks like some kind of cursed object. Hello, boys. Maya's looking guy. Ritual blade, ritual blood mask. Nimwe's Scroll 3, Avalon's Truth. This may be no paradise. Merlin and I once believed that Avalon was salvation, a place where dreams could grow eternal. Arthur made us take that vision very seriously. All we needed was to drive back the weirdness, and that is what we strive for. But what if the weirdness is a force we can never truly banish from Avalon? Could it be that it does not merely surround this land, it sustains it? Every leaf, every stone, every whisper of wind is tainted with its presence. Avalon was not made for mortals like us. The Four Dwellers built this land as a sanctuary for themselves, not for humankind. The fading of the flame. Even great lights can fade. Merlin once told me that wisdom is a flame, and like all flames, it burns brightest before it is extinguished. The magic that makes a menhir repel the weirdness is itself a great wisdom, so I started to wonder, did menhirs die? Perhaps, though, I should phrase the question differently. How do menhirs die? For we already know they do. The one we found was already extinguished, but Merlin, Merlin, that brilliant beast found a way to speak to them, to rekindle their flame. The price of that language was his own blood. Nevertheless, what does the death of a menhir look like? Perhaps I am getting ahead of myself. Perhaps I should trust that the magic Merlin breathed into them will suffice for humanity forever. And yet something unsettles me. I long to know what a world suddenly bereft of menhirs would look like. Nothing good. Take this path next. The motion sickness spinning up around that staircase. Yeah, that takes us back to the starter area, I think. Yeah, now we're back here. Alright, now let's explore the rest. God, I love the way this build plays. What goodies may you have in here? Wine. 6 mine arrows. That's the cube. That's the second scroll we were looking for. The menhirs are like an open wound. It was at Merlin's side that I first beheld a menhir, a towering grim figure veiled in an ancient power. Merlin called them pillars of the Four Dwellers' reality, but I see them as something more, bridges between the weirdness and the tangible world. Now we know that the menhirs tend to repel the weirdness. That's why I am convinced that typical Four Dwellers would not have built something that could deprive them of their power. I believe the menhirs were made by those among them who sought something beyond, though I do not yet know precisely what that might have been. I believe that, for many Four Dwellers, the menhirs are like open festering wounds, and we, in turn, can do nothing but draw from that kind of situation. Before I go down that path, I assume this is locked until we get it from the other side. Oh, it sure isn't. Okay, I was already down here, that's why. That's just an alternate path to get to the same place. God, I love the combat in this game. Dash through, get behind. Hello, you. A little bit higher, maybe. A little bit lower. Around there. Okay. Yeah. Coin, living witch, bloodstone, blooming flare, poison arrow, and a rough diamond. I assume I can drop into water without fall damage, but just in case. Indeed. This takes us back to Cuanacht. Now, do we give Filth that artifact? Didn't even necessarily see what it did. Where did we spawn? Oh, down in the river. Okay. I'll check the bag once we get out of the lake. Because I gotta see what that does before I just give it to him. He swims very, very slowly. Very slowly. I'm gonna need you to move your ass. Like driving with Miss Daisy over here. Come on. Attaboy. Almost there. I'm holding sprint too. He just doesn't sprint swim. Alright, let's look. Bag. Where's Phil's cube? They're just not gonna tell me what it is. It's gonna leave us with a decision to make. I don't know where I am. I'm right by the last tree, so I'm up on the forward exit of the city. But this will take us where we need to go. Gotta follow the road up a little. It's not too bad. We didn't spawn too far away. I'll go talk to the quartermaster first, and then guess I'll go turn the thing back into Filth. I'm gonna save beforehand though, just in case, because, like I said, he's kind of a crackhead, so... I don't know if I would give crackheads random magical artifacts. Men here look super cool, man. I wonder what we'll be getting with those later on. Very cool. I also wonder if, when you pull up that journal, I wonder if that just draws whatever you see. Like if I look at this card, for example. If I look at this. It does. Interesting. That's pretty cool. That's a cool mechanic that you could just look at a vista and draw it. Like that.
You're here. Speak your piece or let me work.
I managed to open the trapdoor.
And? What was inside? Don't leave me hanging.
It was Cuanacht, just older.
You mean the old street level? Bloody hell, I didn't think this place had anything like that. I figured it was just a complete shithole. But this? Oh, this is fascinating. Damn, now I wish I'd gone with you. Did you find anything else down there?
I also found some scrolls written by Nimue about Merlin and the local men here.
Ah, damn. Definitely not thrilled about that. Best you bring them to Denholm. He'll take care of it. Here's your reward. And thank you for doing this for me. You're good people. I hope you know that.
You mentioned that you're a city woman. Were you born in Camelot?
Born and raised, yeah. My family has an estate in the country, but I never liked going there. All that space and nothing to do. Not even a good tavern
This
inside.
guy shoving me away from my conversation is crazy. An estate? So you come from nobility?
A military family, dating back to the Age of Conquest. My father's a general, his father was one too, and my grandfather, yeah, you get the gist. Technically we're nobility, but I've never felt like it. And I'm no good in ballrooms.
Well, you certainly don't sound like a noblewoman. That's such a backhanded compliment. There don't seem to be many women along Camelot's troops.
There aren't. It's a tough life, you know? Most women aren't built for it.
Well, at least you can't say Cuanacht is boring.
That I can't. But what passes for entertainment here just makes me want to leave this shithole and never look back.
Make you miss those ballrooms.
In order to march out.
Alright, so let's talk to, Homeboy. Is there a faster way to get up here? I don't think there is. I think I gotta wrap all the way around from the men here. You'd think by now I would have checked to learn about that, but I certainly have not. Yeah, I have to go through the men here. I've got to turn those documents into Denholm, see what he thinks. I respect that guy, so I can trust him with those, I think. Certainly can't trust random druids and anybody else. I mean, those druids from before we got here, they literally flooded the village just to beef up some of the spells and hide a ritual that they had done, so we don't trust druids. I don't think I can trust random crackheads with these documents either. Found some scrolls written by Nimue about Merlin and the local men here.
What? Where did you even get these?
In the vaults of Old Cuanacht.
So you're telling me that beneath Cuanacht, there's even more Cuanacht? Full of forbidden knowledge? Oh, mother help me. How did you even stumble on a place like that?
Just look.
Sounds more like a curse to me. Still, thank you for bringing this to my attention. But
Dine told me that she didn't want him to know about it, so...
I'd hate to see you hanged for having an abundance of curiosity.
I would hate to see that too. If it makes you feel any better. Alright, so last but not least... we don't have a quest marker to take his thing back, huh? Well, I'll go do it. We'll wrap up the quest proper. See what Filth wants with his cube.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Then I think I'm probably done recording for the day. I recorded like 5 episodes of Tainted Grail today. On top of the 2 or 3 that I've done for this game, so... I think that's about time, and... I've forgotten where the damn tower is.
Help a soul out on your
I
journey.
explained this to you guys before, and I've forgotten myself. This way, right? Because as you look at the mansion, you get the turn at the scaffolding, like I explained. Yeah, so scaffolding will be here. Then the tower's right here. Got twisted and turned around a little bit. Hiya, my crackhead friend. Here's the cube you wanted.
Ah, there it is. Oh, how I've missed this little marvel. Ah, yes, just as I remember. Smooth, intricate, and delightfully enigmatic. Look at those symbols. They twist and turn like whispers in the dark.
Right. What's so special about it?
Oh, that faint hum. The way it catches the light just so. Oh, it's like it's alive, singing its own little song of secrets. And one more thing. My key. You didn't think I'd let you keep it, did you? A treasure for a treasure, as it should be.
Sure, that's fine.
Ah, good, good. You're someone who understands balance. Give and take is the way of the world, after all. My trust was well placed.
Okay, crackhead. Whatever you say, bud. Let's sell up before we wrap up. Ritual Blade. Increase incoming damage by 50. Decrease incoming healing by 50. So why would you ever use that? I guess just because of the damage on it being like 30 to 36, but that's way too dicey for me. Yeah, we'll sell that immediately. I won't be using that. Sunfire short sword. Need spirituality, so USL. One thing I won't be doing in this game is specking into spirituality. Did I grab any armor while I was there? Increase max stamina, max mana, max health. Damn, you need a lot of stuff for that. Screaming armor, Camelot nobleman. Yeah, all this stuff can go. This would be good, but I mean, spirituality, man. It's not gonna replace my crit stuff. The diamond. Oh, so they literally, it gives you sketches. When you make drawings, it literally gives you a sketch that you can pull up later. That's cool. Alright guys, that's where we're going to wrap this one on up, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. Take care everybody, have a great day. Peace!